There we go. Hey, how you doing, guys? What's the date today? Today is the 21st. Welcome to Akwaaba Yoga again. Today on Sunday 21st. And first and foremost, word up to D-Man and B. First and foremost, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and also to all the father figures doing a great job with the young uns. Today is a day that we give you a nod. So today we're going to be working the abs a little bit. Hope it's one that you enjoy. As always, we'll be going through a nice flow, and just to warm up the body and to create some heat. I won't go on for too much longer because it's 12:31. But welcome to everyone who hasn't joined it before. My name is Mark, and you can also find us at Akwaaba Yoga on Instagram. So do give us a follow. But let's get involved. I've got a block today. If you haven't got a block, do use a book. I've always been using a book just to sit on sometimes, and also grab a towel. Welcome, Queen P. So let's get cracking. And today, let's start on our feet in goddess pose. So we're going to a breathing exercise. So the goddess pose, as you may or may not know, take your feet, point your feet outwards, so you're not pigeon-toeing your feet. They are pointing outwards. 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock, your feet are pointing, and they're slightly wider than your hips. So the breathing exercise we're going to do is one that we've done before. So we're going to turn our palms down as we exhale and start to bend the knees, keep the back straight, and keep your eyes closed or eyes open. I like to close my eyes. As you come up, reverse the palms, turn your palms to the sky, and draw in your breath, and engage your abs. And on the exhale, just release the breath out. On the inhale, again, just draw in the abs, lengthen out the legs, and draw energy from the ground. Let's take it back down again on the exhale. On the inhale, draw the energy up, draw in your abs, pull your abs towards your spine. Let's take it back down together. Let's keep going. Let's repeat this one over 3 times together. Two more. Let's take one more at your own pace. Let's sit down and just rest in goddess pose. So bend the knees, just take it down, and let's just hold it there for a few breaths. Just feel the leg muscles warming up and turning on. You might start to shake a little bit. Just embrace that. And as you're breathing, really breathe in from your lower abs. As you breathe in, draw your belly to your spine, and release the breath. Just 2 more here. Your legs might really start to be warming up now. And 1 more breath in. And on the exhale, push into the ground, and let's stand up. As we're on our feet, just bring our feet in so they're hip distance apart. Make more pigeon toe your feet. And we're going to drop the hands to the sky. As you draw the hands up, just be conscious of the ribs in your belly, just tucking in. And take the right hand, over your left wrist. I'm going to bring it just a gentle bend to the left hand side. So inhale, let's draw up together. Just try and touch the sky with the left hand. On an exhale, I'm just going to just bend from the hips over to our right hand side. So you're not collapsing and falling over. You're really just trying to seesaw from the hips. You've got a nice bend coming all across your left hand side there. Inhale, let's come up back to the middle. Release the left wrist. This time take the left hand over the right wrist. Again, you're drawing your right hand up to the sky. Try and touch the ceiling. And on the breath, we're just bending over to the left hand side this time. So again, let's bend from the hips. Just go as far as you can. Just go to your edge, not trying to go too far. As you're here, just take note. See if you're collapsing to your lower back. If you are, just really use the abs just to draw yourself back in. Try and keep nice and tall in the torso. Just bending over to the left, create a nice stretch on the right hand side of the body. On your next breath in, let's come back to the middle. Let's take our hands to prayer. Let's just close our eyes as we just set an intention for the next 55 minutes or so. Again, just bring a sense of gratitude that you've made it onto your mat and you're giving yourself the opportunity to just enjoy some time of just moving your body, connecting your breath to your movement. Just bring a sense of calm to what may have been a hectic week. So enjoy these 2 seconds that you're giving to yourself. On your next breath, just blink open the eyes. Let's together just draw our hands up to the sky. And on the exhale, let's bend from the hips as we come all the way to the mat. Let's hang nice and heavy. I'm going to spin around so you can see. Just hang nice and heavy. Just be heavy in the arms and be heavy in the head. Just enjoy the sense of surrender that you're giving yourself, that you're giving into to gravity here. You're not trying to hold yourself up. You're not trying to hunch your shoulders. Just really relax down. Maybe sway from left to right. Maybe you want to take opposite hands to opposite elbows. Don't forget to breathe here. And the breath we're going for is the Ujjayi breathing, the Ujjayi breath. Those of you who may not have done it before, if you've got to, just taking an inhale in through the nose, bringing a restriction to the back of the throat and exhaling back through the nose. Again, inhale through the nose, just continue to sway and exhale through the nose. On the next breath, let's just come down to our knees. So our knees are now mat width apart, just bring our toes together, and let's just sit back into child's pose. So again, you want to take your bum as far back as your body will allow. It may touch your heels, it may not. Just draw your hands out in front of you, your palms facing down. And again, just be nice and relaxed with the shoulders. So if your shoulders are hunched up towards your ears, just relax them down. Maybe bring some movement to the hips. Just iron out and just find any sort of tightness in your hips. You might want to hold it for just a couple of breaths on one side and then the other. Remember the Ujjayi breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Now let's just start to walk our hands over to the left-hand side of the mat. So your forehead is as close to the floor as you can get it, or if it's resting on the floor, then that's all good. Just start to walk your hands over to the left-hand side.
just as far as they will go. You'll probably find your hands now off the mat. Again, you're just bringing that stretch again to the right-hand side of your body, your lats. So once we're working the abs, we are bringing intention and awareness to the muscles that help support us across the stomach and on the side of our body. Let's start to walk the hands back towards the center. Again, your head is still on the mat. Let's take our hands over to the right-hand side now. Again, they might just come off the mat ever so slightly. Don't try and go too far forward or too far over. Just go as far as when you can start to feel, again, a little stretch on your left-hand side. Just bring your hands back to center. Slowly, let's push up together. Let's come into our tabletop position. On tabletop, we're going to come into just a few cat and cows. So you've got your hands just stacked underneath your shoulders and your knees stacked underneath your hips. Your feet are back hip distance apart. And just start to undulate the belly down as you take your gaze to the front diagonal. And on the exhale, push your hands into the mat, draw your belly in. Create space between your shoulder blades as you come to your angry cat. So your gaze is looking towards the navel. And just reverse that back. So this nice undulation you're bringing to your lower back. Your abs are drawing this, come to your angry cat, drawing in towards your spine. And let's take another two at your own pace. So as we're going through these poses, these asanas, just consciously try and bring a sense of awareness to whether you're engaging your abs. We use the abs a lot during the day. But for the next few minutes, just really bring awareness to them and see where you perhaps relax and we can switch on. Let's come back to a neutral tabletop. We're going to just maybe walk your right leg a bit into the center. Start to lift the left leg up towards the back of the room. As opposed to pointing the toes, just try and draw the toes towards in the direction of our face. So your leg is nice and straight at the back. You're almost pushing into the back of the room with your heel. And as your left leg is drawn and nice and straight, let's start to lift the right hand up off the mat. Your right palm is probably facing inwards towards the left-hand side of the room. So you're bringing a length to your body. And again, you're just engaging your abdominal muscles here. And on your next breath, let's start to bring the left knee in towards the left elbow and take the right elbow back towards the right hip. And on the next breath, let's take it back out straight. And again, on the breath in, just draw the knee in and your right elbow in. And the breath out, we'll extend it. Let's go for one more. Really use the abs to draw the knee in. And we're going to hold it here for 3 breaths. 3, 2, 1. Just draw back out. Nice and straight in the body. Now bring the knee down and the right hand down. Then switch and just take it on the other side. So again, you might want to just walk your right hand in a little bit, just get a bit more stability. If you really want to test your balance, keep your right hand where it is, just stacked underneath your right shoulder. On the next breath in, you're going to lift your right leg up. And just take your right leg again towards the back of the room. So your heel is pushing back and your right toes are curled in towards the body. Your leg is as straight as you can. And on the next breath in, let's start to lift the left hand up. Just take the left palm facing towards the right hand side of the room. In doing so, you'll probably find that your abs are nicely switched on here. On the next breath in, let's start to draw the knee towards the right elbow and your left elbow towards the hip. On the breath out, let's go back to a nice and straight for the body. On the inhale, just drawing together, really engage the abs, turn them on. On the breath out, we're going nice and long. Let's go for one more. Inhale as we draw in, and hold it there for 3, for 2, for 1. On the exhale, let's go nice and long in the torso, stretching out through the left hand and the right leg. And let's bring the knee and the foot down, and your left hand back down. Let's just curl the toes under. So you curl your left toes and your right toes under. And your tabletop, your toes curled under. And just lift the knees no more than 2 inches off the floor. So again, we'll just work the core here in doing so. So on the next inhale in, let's just lift the knees just a couple of inches off the floor. I'm going to hold it there for 15 seconds. 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh. There's me struggling. Alright, let's push our hands into the mat as we come into our first downward facing dog of the day. Whew. You're drawing your heels energetically towards the mat. If your heels go down, that's great. If they don't, just create the feelings if your heels are drawing towards the mat. And then just use the heel of the palm to push your hands into the mat. And doing so, you'll create more length in your back. Your back is nice and straight. If you're hunched over, then feel free to bring a slight bend into the knees. Again, just listen to your body. Just really try and take responsibility for your practice, especially if you've got any injuries. We're always trying to go just to our edge. We're not trying to do ourselves any injuries. Next in now, let's come up onto our tiptoes. And on our tiptoes, we're going to take just 1 inch steps towards the front of the mat. So we're not going to race it. We're really going slowly. And you'll get to a point where you can't get any further. And then a step forward. That's a nice little exercise to do if you're a bit more experienced and you're practicing with your handstands. It really gets you working and engaging your abs. So from here, let's come to our first halfway lift. So take the palms of our hands, place them on our shins, just draw the shoulders back. So we lengthen out, create space in our backs. As you come into our halfway lift, your gaze is just ahead of the front of your mat. On the exhale, let's release down. Let's take one more. Yeah, Ujjayi breathing. Inhale through the nose. As you come up to your halfway lift. And on the exhale, gently release down. Just push and toe your feet together. So take your toes to touch and your ankles are just slightly apart. On the inhale, start to just slowly roll up. Staying heavy. Just come up vertebra by vertebra. Your hands are heavy, your arms are heavy. And finally, your shoulders just roll back. You bring your head up as you stand in Tadasana. Nice and proud here. If you're not there, just take a step to the front of your mat. Let's come into a few sun salutations. So on the inhale, let's take our hands up to the sky. On the exhale, Let's bend from the hips as we come all the way down. Inhale, take your hands to the shins, we come to a halfway lift. On the exhale, take the hands to the front of the mat, step the left foot back. Now step the right foot back, so we come to our first high plank. From here, we're going to just roll backwards and forwards on toes. Again, our abs are nicely engaged here. The muscle doing all the work, or most of the work here is our transverse abdominis, as I like to harp on about. It's a muscle that we can't often see, we don't see. Maybe you've got some shakes now happening in your abs as you're rolling forwards and back. On the next inhale forward, let's all drop our knees to the mat. So curl our back toes, and then slowly start to bring our torso all the way flat to the mat. Then come into a Sphinx or a low cobra. Just take whichever one suits your practice today. With me, I've got my palms of my hands flat on the mat on my forearms, and I'm just drawing my torso through my arms and pressing into the mat with my feet, so my knees are slightly lifted off the mat. Take a deep breath in, just look forward, and on the exhale, let's come back down to the mat. Place our hands underneath our shoulders, curl the back toes under, and let's push back into a downward facing dog. On the inhale, again, let's take tiny tiptoes towards the front of the mat, nice and high on your toes. And let's all meet together at the front of the mat. On the inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, let's release down. On the next breath in, together, let's just sweep our hands up to the sky. On the exhale, let's bend from the hips as we come all the way down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back. Again, we're just going to roll on the toes for a count of 10. Remember your Ujjayi breath here. Got 5 more breaths. On the next inhale forward, let's come as far as we can on our toes. Let's take our knees to the mat, uncurl the toes. Let's bring our torso down. You can take your Sphinx, your Cobra, or if it's there for you, your upward facing dog. So your hands are underneath your shoulders. You've got a slight bend in the elbows, but draw your elbows into your ribs as you take your torso through your arms. And on the exhale, push back into the mat as we come into our downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale in to come up to your tiptoes. Exhale out as you take your heels energetically towards the mat. Again, let's come up to the tiptoes. Slowly start to walk forward again on the tiptoes. 1 inch at a time. And let's all meet at the front of the mat. Let's come into a halfway lift. Exhale to release down. Inhale, let's draw our hands up to the sky. Exhale, going to come straight down, straight onto the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. This time we're going to step our left foot back and take our left knee down to the mat in a low lunge. And curl your back toes. So your right sole of the foot remains at the front of the mat, just sitting inside of your right hand. Once you feel nice and grounded, you should start to lift the torso up. Again, feel as if you're engaging your abdominal muscles. You're not collapsing to your back, you're not hunched forward. When you're ready, start to draw the hands forward and up to the sky. Feel it nice and tall in your torso. You're creating a bit of stretch as well into your left hip flexor. So if you want to start to move your body forward to get a bit more stretch
Bring your left hip flexors and do so. On the next breath in, there might be a slight back bend as you're lifting up and back. And on your next breath, cut all your hands to the front of the mat. Curl your back toes back under. And you're going to step the right foot all the way back to join your left foot. On the inhale, again, we're going to rock forwards and back on the toes. Count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come up onto our toes in the front of our mat. If that makes sense. Let's come to a low plank from here. So your elbows are, again, nicely tucked in towards your ribs. I'm going to push up to an upward facing dog. So again, slight bend into the arms. You draw your torso through, taking your gaze to the front diagonal or straight ahead. And push into the mat as you come into your down facing dog. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale. On the next breath in, going to lift our left leg so it's parallel with the mat. And let's just take our knee to our nose. So take the knee all the way through. Try and bring the knee to your nose. On the next breath, take it back out. So your leg is again at parallel. Let's take that again. Bring your knee all the way through your arms to your nose. Let's take one more. So again, our leg is nice and parallel. Spread your toes, really turn on your feet. And let's draw the knee all the way through. Try and touch your nose. And on the next breath, you place the left sole of the foot at the front of the mat. And jump the right foot forward to join your left foot. So you find yourself in a ragdoll at the front of the mat. Let's take a halfway lift together. So draw your shoulders back, take your gaze to the front of your mat or just beyond, and release down. On the next breath in, slight bend in the knees as you take your hands up to the sky, and on the exhale, draw your hands to your chest. So we'll repeat that on the other side. So again, take your hands up to the sky. When you try and touch the ceiling, breathe beyond the fingers. Nice and tall throughout your body. Drawing your abs, and on the exhale, you bend from the hips. Engage your ab muscles as you're coming down into your ragdoll. On the inhale, take a halfway lift. Taking your hands to your shins. Draw your body forward, creating length in your back. On the exhale, take your hands to the front of the mat. This time you're taking your your right foot, almost got it wrong, taking your right foot all the way back to the back of the mat, landing your toes, and then start to drop the knee to the mat, uncurl your back toes. Your left foot, sole of the foot is nice and flat in front of the mat. And slowly start to lift the torso. Again, this time you're going to have a nice stretch on your right hip flexor. Once you're nice and grounded, start to draw the hands and the arms up to the sky. Again, you can just bend into the pose here to create a bit more of a stretch in your right hip flexor, but all the while, just drawing your abs. Take a deep inhale in as you come nice and tall with the hands, and on the exhale, swing the hands to the front of the mat, curl the back toes under, and take our left foot to join our right foot at the back of the mat. Just roll forwards and back on our toes. We'll count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On 1, as far forward as you can. And on the exhale, either drop the knees or come into your low plank. Again, with your elbows tucked into the ribs. Let's push up into a low cobra or upward facing dog. Your toes are nice and flat on the back of the mat. Your knees are lifted off the mat. Draw your shoulders back as you take your gaze forward. And on the exhale, curl the toes under.
as you push into your down facing dog. Take one more breath in through the nose and exhale back out. Just walk your left foot a bit more towards the middle of the mat at the back. And next inhale in, we're going to lift our right leg up so it's parallel to the mat. So the right leg this time, you're curling the toes towards your face. And on the inhale, we're going to draw the knee all the way through your arms as you go from knee to nose. On the breath out, you're taking the leg back to parallel. On the breath in, let's take knee to nose. Let's go nice and straight in the back of the leg. And take one more knee to nose. As we breathe in, knees going as far forward as you can. Can you touch the nose with your knee? And then land the front at the front of your mat. The right foot is sitting just inside of the right hand. On the next breath in, let's jump the left foot forward to join the right foot at the front of the mat. Together, let's take a halfway lift. Hands to our shins. And on the exhale, just relax down. On the inhale, just draw up towards the sky. And on the exhale, bring our hands to the chest. We'll repeat that just once more on either side. We're going to just quicken up the pace a little bit there. But if we're going too fast, just feel free to go at your pace. Just the main thing is listen to your breath. Be guided by your Ujjayi breathing. So it's in through the nose and out through the nose. Together, let's raise our hands up to the sky. On the inhale, exhale, let's release down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the front of the mat. Step our left foot back. Drop the knee. Inhale to draw up. Exhale, place the hands to the front of the mat. Step back with the right foot. Inhale, let's come forward. Exhale to low plank. Let's come to our upward facing dog on the inhale. Exhale, let's push back into our down facing dog. Inhale, take our left leg to parallel. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to parallel. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to parallel. Exhale, knee to nose. And then drop your left foot at the front of the mat. Jump or step your right foot forward as your feet meet at the front of the mat. Take halfway lift on the inhale. On the exhale, release down. On the inhale, bend the knees as you come into taking hands up to the sky. On the exhale, let's take our hands to the chest. So repeat that just on the other side now. Inhale, so you draw your hands up to the sky. Remember to engage your ab muscles. Exhale, to release down. Inhale, to come to a halfway lift. Exhale, to release your hands to the front of the mat. Step your right foot back this time. Drop the knee, uncurl the toes. On the inhale, let's take our hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring our hands to the front of the mat. Uncurl the back toes. Step the left foot to join the right foot at the back of the mat. Roll forward on the toes. Exhale to low plank. Let's come up into our upward facing dog. Be careful not to dump your weight in your lower back. Be nice and elongated. Push back into a down facing dog. Fix the right foot this time. So the right foot, the right leg goes parallel to the mat. Let's take knee to nose. Inhale to draw back. Knee to nose. So one more. Inhale, exhale, take the knee all the way to the nose. This time drop the right sole of the foot and the front on the mat. And you just step the left foot to join the right foot at the front. Let's take a halfway lift. And exhale to release down. Inhale, let's take our hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, let's bring our hands to our chest in prayer. Inhale, let's draw our hands up to the sky. Exhale, let's come into a forward fold, bending from the hips. Inhale, let's take a halfway lift together. Let's jump a step towards the back of the mat, the left foot, and then the right foot. Let's come up to our toes in Seika Vinyasa Chaturanga. So from upward, high plank to low plank. Let's push up into our upward facing dog. And together, either push back into downward facing dog, or let's all take a child's pose. Or a water break, just wipe yourself down. Hopefully we've created a bit of heat there. And anytime you want to take the same sequence, again, just feel free to do it in your own time. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Just follow your breath. Take a couple more breaths just in child's pose. On the next breath in, let's come up all together. Let's all meet in tabletop. And tabletop, curl the back toes under. Just lift up for 2 inches. So lift the knees off the mat to a couple of inches. Just hold for 20 seconds. 16, 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's push into the hands as we come into our downward facing dog. On the next breath in, let's all drop our knees to the mat. We're going to come up onto our forearms, which will really start to work the abs that haven't worked already. So you want to take opposite hands to opposite elbows, a bit like what we do when we're in ragdoll. That helps you just measure up your distance. So opposite hands to opposite elbows. And once you're happy, you've got a nice distance between both elbows. Just lay your hands, your forearms, just out straight in front of you, pointing towards the front of the mat. Soles your palms, or you press into the mat, or you can interlace your fingers. So you're creating a nice triangle just on the mat. So your elbows are forearm distance apart, your hands are interlaced. And then you're going to start to come up onto your knees, your toes hip distance apart. And together we're going to just push, using the stability we've created with the elbow, with the forearms. Just start to push our knees and our feet into the mat. You raise your knees off the mat. And you're up in your forearms. Now, whilst you're here, the temptation might be just to really collapse. You're collapsing forward, or you're not really using your forearms or your muscles here to lift the body up. So try not to collapse into the shoulders. We're here for another 5 breaths. So once you're here, really engage your abs and be aware of your forearms and stability this is giving you to stay nice and tall. Another 2. Another 1. Slowly start to bring your knees to the mat. And come back into child's pose. So take your feet together, your knees apart. We're taking child's pose for those 3 breaths. We're going to take that one more time. So again, just measure up. Taking opposite hands to opposite elbows to make sure your distance you're comfortable with. Again, either take your hands interlaced, so you create a nice triangle at the front. And feel free to take your forearms straight onto the mat, so your hands are nice and wide, all sprayed out. And again, when you're ready, come up onto your toes and then push into the mat. You're nicely balanced on your forearms here. And if you want to level up, you might want to start to just tiptoe your feet in towards your hands, in towards your forearms. So your shoulders are nicely stacked above your elbows. And you probably start to feel a slight wobble here. So remember your Ujjayi breath. If you want to level up one more, maybe start to lift one leg up off the mat. Place that leg down. Let's take the opposite side. To your right side now, lift your left side. My arms are really shaking. I'm compensating by engaging the core. Bring your feet down. And let's come back into child's pose once again. So feet together, knees apart. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. You probably felt your heartbeat increasing in rate there. Just bring in your Ujjayi breath. Start to bring a sense of calmness back to the breath. Let's all come up into our tabletop. And let's push straight back into downward facing dog. Which, if you've done yoga before, this now probably feels like a resting pose compared to balancing our forearms. Together, let's just come up high on the toes and just walk slowly towards the front of the mat, as far as you can go. Let's all meet at the front. On the inhale, take our hands to our shins to come to a halfway lift. Exhale, let's come down. With your next breath in, let's take our hands up to the sky. And on the breath out, let's bring our hands to prayer position. On your next inhale, raise your hands up to the sky. Exhale, just come all the way down, bend from the hips. Just bend at the knees and just come sitting on our bum. Take a seated forward fold, also known as Janu Shishasana. As the transcript determines. So you want to take your right leg, bend your right foot so it sits just inside of your left thigh. And your left leg is nice and straight. Now if you can't touch your toes, that's not a problem. Hopefully you still got your towel or a rope of some sort handy. Together we're going to just take a deep breath in. We're nice and tall through the torso. You're lifting your hands up to the sky and start to bend from the hip. And you're going energetically as if you're drawing your chest towards your shins. You're not just collapsing down and taking your head to your knee. Trying to bend forward from the hips, drawing your chest towards your shin. Again, if you've got a towel handy, you maybe take a towel and loop it around the sole of your foot. Take either side. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, just use the pull of the towel to take you closer towards your shin. Your left toes is curled in towards your face, you're not pulling it out. It's a really nice stretch for the hamstrings. On the inhale, so release and come up. And take a seated spinal twist. So as we did, I think we did it last week, you're taking your right foot, the right side of the foot, and just taking it up and over your left thigh. So you're now in a nice awkward twist. You can either leave your left leg so it's nice and straight, or bend your left leg so it sits just to your right. Take your right hand behind your back. Lift your left hand up to the sky. And I like to just use the crook of my elbow just to wrap around my right knee. And on inhale, start to just lift up to nice and tall. And on exhale, start to twist from the lower abs, keeping your chin over your chest. And you bring a nice twist, but you're twisting from the abs. Just try not to exaggerate the twist by just taking the head straight over. Try and keep your chin over your chest. If you feel like your right bum muscles lifted up off the mat, just try and sit it back down. If it's lifted, you're compromising the integrity of the poses. Try and keep the right bum on the mat. Take one more breath together. One more twist. And on the exhale, release. Maybe take hands on the other side, just to give a counter rotation. And let's just switch legs. So this time it's the right foot, which is out in front of us. You're taking your left foot, and you're sitting your left foot just inside of the right thigh. Again, draw up through your body. And I'm going to need a towel myself, because I can't reach my foot. So you're drawing up through your body, your back's nice and straight on the inhale, and on the exhale, you're bending from the hips, taking your chest in the direction of your shin. Again, your right toes are curled in towards your body, and a nice stretch to your right hamstring this time. Just really don't forget to use your ujjayi breath. Inhale to draw up, exhale, see if you've got any more room to bend. On the next breath in, so release the grip. This time you're taking your left foot and you're placing it over your right thigh. So your left foot comes up and over your right thigh. I'm going to bend my right leg back. My left hand is sitting behind my body. And lift the right hand up to the sky. And this time taking the right elbow crook, just wrapping it around my left knee. I'm going to use my shorts to give me a bit more grip. So I'm collapsed here, just try and sit nice and tall in the body. On the inhale, in and exhale, start to twist from your abs. Again, I'm keeping my chin over my chest. I'm twisting from my torso, from the lower section. And on the next breath, I'm going to release and just give a counter rotation to the right hand side. I'll spread both legs in front of myself now. I'm going to bring a nice massage to my back. So if we all just grab the front of our knees, our legs our feet are nicely tucked in, and let's just start to rock forwards and back on our back, just nicely massaging out your back here. And as you're coming up, try not to bring the feet down, try and balance the feet off and just use your abs for balance. So go forwards and back, forwards and back, Let's take one more. Inhale to go back. Exhale to come forwards. Keeping your feet up off the mat. I'm going to come into boat pose. So with boat, our knees and our ankles are as close together as we can go. Again, try not just to hunch and collapse into your back. Try and stay nice and tall. Your balance nice in your bum muscles, your glutes. And start to take your feet or your shins that parallel to the mat. You might want to just grab the underneath of your thighs if it's a bit of a challenge. Again, listen to your body go to your edge here. If you can, release the thighs. Nicely balanced. You're engaging your ab muscles here. Your hands just either side of your knees. If you want to level up, just see if you can straighten out your legs. Just holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's roll it again. Back and forwards. Back and forwards. Let's take one more roll. So go back. And on a roll up, your feet are off the mat. Let's come up into a high boat again. So your shins are parallel or they're straight. And on the next breath, let's go into a low plank. So you're up off the feet. Your legs are nice and straight. You're not lying down on the mat. On the inhale, high boat. Let's take it down into low boat. Let's go high. Let's go low. High. Low. Let's take 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's come to low boat. Just hold it in low boat for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh. And release down to the mat. I felt it. Let's just take our knees up to the sky. The soles of our feet are flat on the mat. Take our hands just behind our head. We're just coming to just some few crunches. Our abs are nicely warmed up after those spokes. So again, our feet are flat on the mat. Our knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. On the inhale, let's lift up into our crunch. Your shoulders are nicely off the mat. And let's take, I'm going to count them out. Once I have it, we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. Keep going. 8, 7. Almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay high on the 1. Stay high, stay high. Lift your hands. Take your hands either side of your legs. You're still high, up off the shoulders. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down to the mat. You need to take a quick sip of water just to wet your lips. Just go for that now. But one more round of abs, then maybe we're finished. Maybe. Let's take some reverse crunches. Our legs up to the sky. So take our hands and just sit your hands underneath your bum. Like so. So your legs are nice and straight. If you've got a slight bend in your knees, that's all good.
And on a breath in, we're going to just try and kick the ceiling away. So you're going to roll back ever so slightly and try and push the ceiling away. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring your feet to the floor. For that one, I should have said, if you put your feet up into the sky, your legs up to the sky isn't ideal for you at this moment in time. Feel free just to keep your feet just underneath your knees and then just create the same motion of pushing up. If it's better for you just to keep doing crunches, then please do so. Again, just listen to your body. Let's take one more round of those. So again, let's all come back up. Taking our legs to the sky if it's there. Or if you need to keep your feet on the mat and do crunches, ladies in particular, please do so. So on the next count, I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3. Really pushing up, trying to kick that ceiling away. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly start to bring the legs down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. As if you're wading through honey. It's a really weird analogy because you never wade through honey. Oh, I see it coming towards the bottom. Yeah, that's probably really burning right now. Now relax. Relax your legs down. Take your hands either side. Just come to a supine twist on the mat. So just draw up your right knee and take your knee to your chest. Just massage it clockwise and anti-clockwise. Your left leg is nice and straight. And using your left hand, take your left hand over the outside of your right knee and start to just draw your right knee over your body as far as it will go. It may not reach the floor, which is all good. It's not a problem. Again, just go to your edge. And once you're comfortable, just take your gaze over towards the right-hand side. So maybe take your right hand over to the right side of the room and just take your gaze to look at your right hand. You create a nice twist in your body here. All of these twists are really good for your digestive system. On the inhale, let's take the right knee back up and spray it back out in front of us. And just switch to the opposite side. So draw your left knee in towards your chest. Maybe take it clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And on the next breath, take your right hand up and over the left knee, the outside of the left knee. And start to draw the left knee, the left leg up and over the body towards the right hand side of the room. And this time take your gaze to the opposite side. Take your gaze over to the left hand side of the room. Maybe fan out that left hand. Take your gaze to your left hand. Last one, guys. Let's start to bring the knee back up. Let's take both knees in. Let's take one big squeeze. Squeeze everything in together really tightly. And then spray out. Your legs are back in the front of the mat. Your hands are either side of your body. We're going to just squeeze in one more time. Just tense every muscle in the body. So go for one more release. Have feeling as if someone is just squeezing lemon into your eyes. So really squeeze your face. Take a grip with your wrists, with your palms. Engage your quads, your calves. your abs, your arms, and release. Let go through a sigh. Maybe close your eyes, just tuck in your chin ever so slightly. Take a deep inhale in together. Exhale through the mouth. And let go of that ujjayi breath. Come back into a natural breath. Keep your eyes closed. Just enjoy the next couple of minutes as we go into Shavasana. So come into stillness. You don't get much opportunity during the week to be still, to be quiet. So just enjoy this next minute or so. Slowly start to bring some movement to your hands and your feet. Maybe just rock your head from left to right. Draw your knees up into your chest. And let's rock over to your left side or your right side as you come to the fetal position. Stay for a couple of moments. When you're ready, start to come up into a seated position, either on your knees or just come into a cross-legged position, maybe sit on the block. Just close your eyes as you finish up the practice. Be nice and tall in the body. With your eyes closed, just bring your hands to the center of your chest. Again, just bring a sense of gratitude for yourself for turning up on the mat today. And for all the thanks you've given yourself for the past hour, just take it out and just show gratitude to others, to your loved ones over the coming week. Thank you. So blink up your eyes, and it's all done. Oh, man. What do I do? Abs. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, team. Akwaaba Yoga. How you doing, Ray? Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. That was a different sort of session. Yeah, I hope you found it all right. I wasn't sure. Yeah, how that one would go. So I hope it was all right. And do try and get in a practice if you can during the week, just to keep the body moving, keep the body engaged. That's what I'm trying to bring to these sessions, just to get us used to discovering more about our bodies. What up, Leah? Caught me. Yeah, so yeah, enjoy the week as it comes. Yeah, still a bit up and down for some people, maybe emotionally. So yeah, when you can, just take time out, close your eyes and come to stillness. There's a lot of moving around and a lot of demands on us as people. So do give love to yourself, and all the fathers out there today, the fathers who do a thankless job, the fathers who are fathers for others. Again, we take a nod to all of you. This is your day, so enjoy it. Have a great Sunday. Yeah, D-man. All right. It's Dennis saying it wasn't so hard. So next time when I bring the abs, guys, and it's tough, it's because Dennis says it wasn't so hard. But have a great Sunday, guys. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Remember, if you want to donate, it's all free, these sessions, and donations do go to not Great Street, Royal Marsden. But do give us a follow and subscribe to us on this YouTube channel. I'm at Akwaaba Yoga. Yeah, have a great Sunday. In a bit.